So I've seen you working with so many brands. So any particular, favorite brand collaborations which you've had, something that's really close to your heart?
Yeah, I guess there's been a few like the last like my favorite like brands, I guess. One of my favorite gigs, I would say Nestle was a big one. It's not really about the brands. A lot of it's like I mostly get hired by an agency, not a brand. And that's something that's a lot of people I think don't realize. They're like, "Oh, the brand is just the client. The
Hmm.
agency is who finds the artist." So
Right.
and I do a lot of footwork. I'll send emails out and I will tag people in posts. And if I've worked with someone else before, I'll send them an email or I'll tag them in a post just to keep that relationship going. Like I keep it, I make it an integral part of being an artist business wise, I'd say is cultivating those relationships and keeping those relationships with clients and
Right.
just check. So, my favorite company I've worked with was it's a production company called Civic, but they brought me to New York Fashion Week, backstage at Fashion Week. I've been like at these like runway shows like crazy, like Tyra Banks and like Tim Gunn and people hanging out there. And South by South, I don't know if you've heard of that, South by Southwest. That's a popular music festival. Um, yeah, just big things like that. I've gotten Disney is another really fun person to work with. Disney is or not person, but Disney is a great company to do art with. So yeah, they always give me a lot of challenges. I did a lot of stuff with Marvel too. And
Wow.
my favorite part about working with these people is they'll bring me into a studio and they'll give me some designs that I have to make. And a lot of the times I don't know if I can even make it or not, but again, you make it work. Like I pretty much I don't look at something and say I can't do that. If I haven't done it, I don't why if you haven't done something and you say you can't do it, that doesn't make sense because you haven't tried. So how do you know you can't do it? So
Definitely.
in that way, that's how I end up experimenting a lot and figuring out new ways to make art. And then something that was really hard for me to do, and you can really see it if you look at my Instagram feed. You can see different points the art where I learned something, and everyone after that one looks better, and so on
Hmm.
and so forth. It's like if you go to an art museum and you look at like the collected works of like a sculptor or something, and you'll see the sculptures get better and better, or
Right.
similar, I guess. So that's kind of how I look at my art, and you can it's just like a constant evolution in a way.
Right. I think
And then
practice makes you perfect.
how
Practice
about
makes you perfect.
yeah, for sure. In practice and like just if it's something I have to do, I have to do it. Someone hires me for it and I have to do it, then yeah, I'll make it happen.
Definitely.
Mhm.
So I think Instagram has really been something which has helped you in your career. So I think that's one of the most important social media platform that you've been using for creating more brand awareness.
Yes, I started on Tumblr, to be honest. Tumblr and Facebook. And because I had a cheap cell phone back then, they didn't only had Instagram on iPhones. So I didn't have an iPhone, so I couldn't get Instagram. But the moment I got an iPhone, I got Instagram. So that was pretty cool. Or no, they had Instagram for like HT, they did a cheaper phone. So I finally got it. And yeah. And they were important because when I started Instagram, the actual people that run the platform sent me an email and they made me a suggested user. So new people joining Instagram at that time, um, I was one of the first pages they would display and say, these are pages that are interesting that you should follow. So this was before Instagram had like millions of users. I got in early on it. And that's another important thing too, especially with social media platforms. It's good to get in early. But
Hmm.
I've been doing more TikToks and stuff. I'm sure you know that. That's a very popular one.
Yeah.
That's something that I've been seeing grow. And um, I had my first paid post on TikTok. So that's definitely, I think that's going to be the next one. So if there's
TikTok.
creatives out there, watching this and looking, I'd say put your eggs in that basket for TikTok for sure. But it's always good to
Definitely.
go. It's good to be all over all of them, and just put it on everything. It doesn't hurt.